As we head into their 8th year in the league, the 2018 NBA draft class has already stamped their marks in NBA history. The 2018 draft class is arguably the best draft in the 2010s, and I would make the argument they are the best. They have the generational superstars at the top with SGA and Luka, alongside great stars like Brunson and Young, with incredible depth that other draft classes would die to have. So in today's video, I'll break down how stacked this draft class truly is. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. 2018 draft class starts with the head of the snake in SGA. Shai is coming off one of the best 2-year guard peaks in NBA history, winning back-to-back MVP, a scoring title, a championship, a finals MVP, and a back-to-back 1 seed for his Thunder. He has scored 20 or more points in 140 consecutive regular season games, breaking a Wilt Chamberlain record. He is going on one of the most dominant 4-year peaks in the 21st century with 4 30-point-per-game seasons. He just had one of the most efficient guard seasons ever and only continues to evolve his game year in year out. He is the closest thing to MJ in the modern era that we have had since Kobe. His ability to be consistently the best player on the floor no matter who he's playing is something unseen in today's game. With the entire Thunder team built around him and their flexibility in the future, SGA could easily win more championships in the future. At just 27 years old, SGA has destroyed NBA records and surpassed many NBA legends in just 7 years as well. He has the potential to be a top 15 player of all time and a top 5 guard as well. Time will only tell as the reigning 2-time MVP continues to write his story in the NBA. Luka Doncic has been the wonder boy of the NBA ever since he entered the league. At just 18 years old, he put the world on notice, dominating the EuroLeague. He has broken so many records by NBA legends at the age of 27. Since he was 21, he has been first-team All-NBA, which is ridiculous to think about. He had a historic 2024 playoff run where he led the Mavericks to the first finals appearance since 2011. He has some of the most absolute monster seasons and one of the best players in NBA history to not win an MVP already. Luka already has some of those outrageous stat lines of all time in the regular and postseason. He has so many memorable and iconic moments at the age of 27, and his jersey is already retired in Dallas by the time he calls it quits. There has not been such a transcendent offensive talent to enter the league and make this level of impact on the game in a very long time. With now an era with the Lakers, he has a chance to bring the storied franchise banner 18. He is already one of the best international players of all time, and by the time his career is over, he could easily be a top 20 player of all time. Jalen Brunson is coming off one of the best playoff runs in NBA history with the Knicks, as he helped bring them their first NBA title in 53 years. He established himself as one of the best players of the East and arguably the best guard with Kate as well. He established himself as a franchise legend and a top 5 Knick of all time, and he has brought the Knicks from absolute basketball hell to perennial playoff contender and champion ever since he signed with them. He's been doubted his entire career from his time in college to his time with the Mavs being second fiddle to Luka. He sacrificed a lot of money to stay in New York and he won it all. With only 7 years under his belt, he has the ability to win more series and continue to grow his New York resume. When it's all said and done, he will go down as one of the best guards of the 21st century and arguably a top 10 point guard of all time. Trae Young's tenure with the Hawks has come to an end, and he was the best player in franchise history since Dominique Wilkins. He has brought his team to the conference finals in 2021, when in all honesty, they didn't belong. He became the Knicks' greatest villain in just one series and has proven to be one of the best passing guards of the modern era. His ability to find his teammates for easy buckets and carry such an offensive load for so many years has been nothing short of impressive. He brought the Hawks many great moments and created his legacy as one of the best players in franchise history, even though they were never able to build the right team around him. Now in the Wizards, it seems like many people continue to underrate and disregard Trae Young despite his offensive production. With new personnel around him and with more of a leadership and veteran role, you'll see that he'll play a massive part in the Wizards coming back into relevance. Triple J, or Jaren Jackson Jr., in just his young NBA career has already won a Defensive Player of the Year alongside multiple block titles. He has been one of the best shot blockers and rim protectors ever since he entered the league. At just 23 years old, he averaged 3 blocks a game at the Grizzlies' peak. He was an instrumental second option to some of the most successful years in Grizzlies history, and with a new start on the Jazz, he became an integral piece for their playoff hopes. He's been such a versatile player on both sides of the ball ever since he entered the league and only continues to grow. With his veteran leadership, defense, and offensive versatility, he's a critical piece for the Jazz. For the rest of his career, he will continue to be one of the best rim protectors and shot blockers, and he'll be remembered as one of the best of his era. Mikal Bridges was a crucial piece in the Knicks' title run just this past season. He was famously traded for 5 first-round picks to help the Knicks contend for a championship. He has been a great perimeter defender ever since he entered the league and always has been a winning player with his time in Phoenix and in New York. Early on in his career, he was just a defender, but at his best, he averaged 26 points per game with the Nets. Bridges is one of the best role players in the league and will continue to be for the Knicks and whatever team he plays for. He will go down as one of the best role players of this era. Michael Porter Jr. is one of the best volume scorers in the league and was the third option to a historic Nuggets offense that won the championship in 2023. Famously known for not wanting to pass the ball ever, he has been a very reliable third option. He is a great pure scorer and one of the best when you need a bucket any time in the game. After missing his entire rookie season due to a back injury, the Nuggets helped develop him into the player he is today. He only has gotten better year after year as he averaged a career high 24.2 points per game with the Nets. His ability to grow as a scorer and offensive player has been impressive to see. Despite playing the Nets, a contender looking for an extra scoring punch could easily trade for him as he becomes a great piece once again. Outside of all the funny moments and the memes, he'll be remembered as one of the best pure scorers of this era. DeAndre Ayton, Mitchell Robinson, Robert Williams, and Wendell Carter Jr. are all quality to solid NBA bigs. Ayton, despite being clowned on heavily by the media, like myself as a Lakers fan, still has had a pretty decent NBA career. Despite being a complete disappointment and a letdown as he was picked number 1 overall, he hasn't been a complete bust in the league. Mitchell Robinson proved his worth in the NBA Finals as one of the best rebounding bigs in the league. He has always been a very solid player, rim protector, and center for the Knicks as he solidified his place in Knicks history this past season. Miles Bridges has been a borderline all-star his entire career. He was once the Hornets' future before LaMelo joined him, and he has been an electric above-the-rim player and a walking highlight reel. Robert Williams is a defensive monster and has been his entire career. Despite being undersized for the center position, he has been great and, dare I say, a dominant shot blocker for teams he has played for. Lastly, Wendell Carter Jr. has always been a really good starting center for the Bulls and more recently with the Magic. This past season, he had a really great playoffs, being one of the main reasons they pushed the number 1 seed Pistons to 7 games with his defense on Jalen Duren. He has always been a very solid player his entire career. These are just 4 or 5 of some of the great quality role players to come out of this draft. Anthony Simons has always been a spark plug scorer off the bench or in the starting lineup for the Blazers and Celtics. He has been a great volume scorer to rely on as well. Now signing with the Sixers, he has the ability to be one of the best bench guards in the league. Ever since he came into the league at such a young age, he has been one of the most underrated guards. Donte DiVincenzo has been a winning player dating back to his time in college. With every single team he has been on has made them better with his 3-point shooting and game IQ. He was critical to the Bucks championship run and the Knicks runs before they went to the finals. He has been great for the Wolves as well. Grayson Allen has been a great role player for his entire career and one of the league's best shooters. His scrappy play style and college experience has made him so effective in the league out the gate. Speaking of shooters, Landry Shamet absolutely turned it on for the Knicks in their championship run and was a great bench piece they could turn to. This class boasts a lot of great role player guards as well. There is so much depth to this class, it's insane. Quality to good role players up and down across the board. Mo Wagner, Gary Trent Jr., Bruce Brown, and DeAnthony Melton, among others, round out this draft class's depth. We have seen some incredible draft classes in the past 15 years, especially in the 2010s. The 2017 draft class comes to mind alongside the 2011 one. However, I do believe that the 2018 draft class is one of the best of the past 15 years for all the reasons I've laid out. With 3 of the top 10 players in the league coming out of this draft and 2 of the top 5, with historic campaigns, speaks to volumes of the star power of this class. Adding the other stars and the depth in this class is truly formidable. With just 7 to 8 years under the belt, they have plenty more time to make their mark in the NBA. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.